Joining us today is a man that Jalen Rose has celebrated ever since he hit the hardwood for Kentucky. DeMarcus Cousins joins us on the program. Thank you so much for making the time.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
So you have to settle a debate for us going into Orlando in the bubble. Jalen Rose has the Clippers as the NBA championship favorite. I have the Los Angeles Lakers. What team do you think has the advantage as we begin to restart the season?
It's a tricky situation. This bubble is something I don't think any guy's ever experienced. So, if this was the regular season and it was playing out the way it was, I'm definitely picking the Lakers. But with that being said, and the whole dynamic of what's going on right now, I think it's an even playing field. Honestly, the best team may win. So. My gut feeling is we're getting a surprise this season.
I'm not mad at that either because it's going to be an unorthodox winner based on, as you mentioned, being in the bubble. But being a part of the Lakers and you dealt with some injuries this year, I know you're going to come back and be a dominant, big, all-NBA caliber player. But the Lakers changed their roster over in the offseason and added a lot of new pieces. Being a part of that situation, how do you feel like all of those pieces were able to gel so fast to have the number one seed in the West?
I think it starts with the two-headed snake, Bron and AD. I think those guys did a great job of creating an atmosphere, getting guys to buy in and just leading by example. From day one, it was always good vibes and positive energy. And when you can have that type of environment in your workplace, I think guys are excited to come to work every day, and everything else kind of fell into place.
Sometimes they say no news is good news, and one name you haven't heard a lot of this season has been Frank Vogel. What has he been like as a leader for this team you spent so much time with?
Man, I love Frank, man. He's a player's coach, and that's one of the main reasons you don't hear anything negative. He's always got his players back, and it's vice versa. Once you have a coach like that, guys are they're gonna want to go to war for you. So with that being said, he's done a great job of leading that group and just having their back, and they're showing the love back.
Boogie, just like me, I know you look down at your phone. You got multiple players texting you from the bubble. What are some of the reports are you hearing? And what do you think about the food that's been allegedly served to the players?
Man, like I said, this is a different type situation. So, man, it's a weird place.
It ain't Mr. Charles. It ain't Maestro.
Man, may the best man.
I can't front. That ain't Popeye.
If you were in the bubble in Orlando. Yeah, if you were in the bubble in Orlando and they served you that for dinner, what would be your reaction?
I wouldn't be excited. I wouldn't be excited at all. I wouldn't be excited, man. I'm eating good at home, I can say that. So, like I said earlier, may the best man win.
Do you believe that players will follow the rules of the bubble? I had more fun off the court than on the court, so this was an easier one for me. I know why I didn't win a championship. What do you think?
Man, I could speak for the team I was on this season, and I would say I think every guy in that locker room will stick to it. I believe so. I think every guy in that locker room will stick to it. For other teams, I can't really say. I mean, if we're basing things off reputations, we know it's a few guys that'll, be out of here, but I don't know.
Well, you mentioned the Lakers, and you were on that team this season, and there is currently still an MVP race between LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo. People have Giannis in the lead, one of those people being my co-host Jalen Rose with a vote. I have LeBron in the lead. What do you think LeBron has to do in these 8 regular season games left in order to overtake Giannis for the MVP?
overtake him, I think he's MVP.
Mm.
Dude's 30, 35. He's the only player in the league right now with gray hair. What more do you need from him, man? He's doing this with gray hair, a gray beard. Like, what more do you need? I don't know what more you need. He's
leading the league in assists too for the first time in his career.
Right. If you don't pick LeBron, you're just flat out a hater at this point.
Jalen Rose is a hater. That's all I have to say.
Well,
I have
he
LeBron
is balling.
and Jalen does not.
He is killing. And Boogie's right. It's funny that he got gray hair. I didn't think about it like that. That's
the only
hilarious.
dude in the league with gray hair. He's at the top of the league. What more do you
So not only are you a talented basketball player, but you're an entrepreneur. You do a great job of being socially conscious and giving back to your community. I just have to ask you, like, what do you think about our climate of social unrest and some of the things you feel like players in the bubble can do to heighten the movement and some of the things that you hope see happen as it relates to the NBA?
We got so many issues right now, man. But, with that being said, I think this is by far the best opportunity to actually commit to change. We've talked about it throughout the years. We've taken steps, but I think this is the most important time to make that change happen. So I think we'll end up finding out what, this country is really about. And, it could be a breaking point, in my opinion.
Right now, you're spending your quarantine in your hometown of Alabama, and Alabama has been sort of a epicenter of some of the racial tension in this country. What does it feel like right now in your home state?
Well, I've been out of the way, honestly. I'm in the house with my family. I'm a nervous wreck dealing with this, this disease we have floating around. So I'm trying to, stick to those guidelines. But with everything that's going on, it's funny you say that. I went on a hike the other day, and it was through some little. It's actually something my sister introduced me to. I knew nothing about it, but it's like a little historic park, and I so happened to pass by a monument in their park, and it was a hanging tree and a jail cell right across from it. And on the sign it was saying, it was talking about the history of it, and it's funny, like, this is what we're promoting. You know what I'm like? So with that being said, it just shows you how far behind we are in correcting wrongs. But in this time that we're in, this is the opportunity to bring all that to light. And with my platform and with my voice, I plan on doing that. So they'll be hearing from me soon.
You also been doing a lot of dotting I's and crossing T's with your production company. Boogie's Comedy Slam comes on tonight. Can you let us know who may be featured and what we can look forward to seeing on your Comedy Slam tonight?
Oh, man. I'm always about a good time, laughs, good energy. So with that being said, that's all part of this special. My guy, Mike Epps, is the host of the entire special. We have some guest appearances with Carlos Miller, Red Grant, Tony Roberts, and Gary Owens. I handpicked every comedian. This is my fourth comedy show. So, I'm excited about it. And this is the first one I put on production. So hopefully this, things continue to grow and, I can keep building with this platform. So it's an opportunity to put different comedians on the platform. My way of going about it is I pick, some of the, OGs in the game like Mike Epps, Gary Owens, and I also go for young talent. Some of these IG stars and guys that are up and coming, I like to put them on that platform as well. I've had guys like DC Young Fly, Ha Davis, Carlos Miller being a new up and coming, Country Wayne. So guys have had that opportunity to, put themselves on another platform. And, but at the end of the day, it's about good energy, a good live, and hopefully I can, entertain the rest of the world.
You can catch that available tonight and moving forward on Amazon Prime. You can catch exclusive content with DeMarcus Cousins on the Jalen Jacoby podcast. We will be back. Time for Keep It Moving. Jalen, if you would like to discuss the topic, say hit the brakes. If not, me, you, and Method Man will jump in the minivan and keep moving. We start with Joel Embiid having some concerns about the bubble.
Brakes.
Oh, Joel Embiid said, I still don't believe it. I don't think it's safe enough. Jalen, he flew in a hazmat suit. I think the bubble's safe enough. What do you think about the bubble?
He's just saying what most people are thinking, but probably not going to say out loud. That they're in fear that the COVID-19 disease continues to spread and cases continue to heighten. And we clearly are nowhere near a vaccine. He's just actually being responsible. The difference is he's trying to go to work and win a championship. They're not essential workers. I figure once he gets in the bubble, he may be a little more comfortable after he has some cold cuts the first 48 hours and gets quarantined and gets a chance to use his black card and order whatever food he would like.
I honestly feel like the NBA bubble is the safest place to be in the domestic 48 right now. Moving on, the NFL says they are banning jersey swaps.
This is just dumb. Keep it moving. You can play a game, but then you can't change jerseys.
That doesn't make any sense. Next, we have a rugby star with an awesome highlight.
Hit the brakes.
Okay. See ya. Let me get his name right. Solioa had this happen to him during a rugby. His entire face was broken. Jalen, will you be playing rugby anytime soon?
I will not be able to do it. That's a physical sport. People underestimate it's a lot of running. Your body takes a pounding. And so when we appreciate the level of physicality that football presents, remember, they're doing it without pads.
Jorge Masvidal made weight and will fight on Saturday. We will hit the brakes. There is no one in the UFC aside from Masvidal that will take this fight against Usman. Jalen, I have our guy, the underdog, winning the fight. What do you think?
You know we ride or die on this program. He had to drop 20 pounds, did it with no big deal, flew to the island, no big deal, doing his interviews and social posts, no big deal. He's going to be in fight mode Saturday night, and he's going to represent as we root for our guy to get it done.
The only thing that bothers me about this is he's going to make me stay up late on Saturday because I am not missing this fight. And you don't want to miss the news that we have about Jalen. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen, we have some big news. Your conference, the Big Ten, has made a decision about fall sports, and they have decided that they will do conference-only games. Do you know what that means? That means you still have a chance to lose to the Buckeyes again. What do you think about this decision, Jalen?
I think Big Ten teams, as well as the other Power 5 conferences overall, are going to basically end at this conclusion. The problem is going to be for schools, and I'm looking at you, Golden Domers, Notre Dame. Who they going to play? What their schedule going to look like? What strength of schedule can they possibly have to get towards a championship game? So I still think if you play in one of those major conferences, your schedule can still be strong enough if you perform well. And as you mentioned, us playing against some of the top tier teams in the country, including Ohio State, if you take care of business, then you still find a way in the championship.
In conference, out of conference, Notre Dame, whatever. I just want to see football, and I want to see everyone being safe. What we've learned is not to predict what's going to happen in the future, to stay in the moment. And in this moment, I want to see some football. And I think we will see basketball, and you will definitely see Jalen and Jacoby on Monday at 4 o'clock with a full half an hour show. Make sure you tune in on Monday. And as always, subscribe to the podcast. We'll be back.